why we felt it's important to have this gathering here and engaging with the media and the public at large is because we've completed what has been a very long and difficult season. Traditionally, when we do finish the season, we do have a season end board meeting to discuss a variety of issues, reflecting on the past season and also putting plans forward for the coming season. So this comes as somewhat of a report of what was discussed, some critical decisions that were made when it comes to the club, especially since it's business unusual. We've got a very short turnaround time between these two seasons. So a lot of things have to be done quickly and decisions have to be done quickly. It wouldn't be right to discuss the future without reflecting on the past, especially since the past has been so difficult. We've had the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, being off football for 5 months. We've had many challenges when it comes to coaching changes, as well as poor results in general. One of the first things we did when arriving back to Durban was we met on Monday to discuss where things have gone wrong this season. We sat with the technical team as well as the management, the guys that are very close to the team. And there were many things that we discussed. And just to highlight some of the things that we will be looking at and ensuring that we strengthen on. It's the conditioning of the team, the competitive matches during pre-season, because we really saw that the quality of pre-season that we had last year did not build a good foundation for this coming season. It's critical for us to pick up points early and to go back to where we were before. You know, this season that's gone past, we had a very poor home record. And it's critical for us to change that again and be able to pick up a lot of points at home. When it comes to the makeup of the squad, the board of directors was extremely excited about the fact that approximately 17 players in the makeup of the squad come from our scouting and development structures. This goes to the core of the vision of the club, which is to identify and nurture its talent. You know, we've got very big programs with the schools such as Sokhela and Glenwood High School that really feed into the main team. We want to find and develop our future stars, and we can see already in the main team and going forward, a large portion, in fact, over half of the people or of the players that we've got, they come from our scouting and development. Another critical issue which was discussed this morning are the vacancies within the club. Sitting on my right is Mr. Ayanda Dlamini, who took over at a very difficult time for the club as caretaker coach. His first assignment was to play against Kaizer Chiefs at the time in March. And at the time, there were the log leaders. Then we had the disruption of the season with the COVID-19 pandemic, which took us off action for about 5 months. And we had to come back and really perform at a time when a lot of clubs struggled. And that was in the BSE, the bubble, as they call it. And we managed to do what we had to do to survive. We only lost one match in the bubble. And really, one has to take off the hats to Mr. Dlamini, as well as his technical team for a job well done. With that being said, an official decision was made today by the board of directors to hand Mr. Ayanda Dlamini a permanent contract as the head coach of AmaZulu Football Club. The contract is for a possible period of 3 years. We will be working with him in the next couple of days in identifying a suitable assistant coach for him, an MDC head coach, as well as an MDC assistant coach. As I say, looking at the vision of the club and its mission to develop its own, it's critical that the coaches that we put in these positions, especially in the MDC position, are coaches that will be able to take youngsters, develop them, and give them the ability to be able to perform at the highest level going in future. For the supporters, we haven't forgotten you during this time. We'll be launching two big programs. One is a benefits program for the supporters that we're looking at launching towards the latter part of this month. More details will come regarding that program, as well as the launch of a new Umbro home playing jersey, which will also take place towards the end of this month. Last year, there was a lot of excitement about our jersey, as there always is. We've worked very well with the Umbro team in designing the jersey for this coming season, and we look forward to launching that at the end of the month. Once again, we'd like to thank the people here for their continued support. That's the media, as well as all our partners. We'd like to thank our sponsors who continue to be a source of great support to the club. We continue our relationships with all our sponsors going into the new season. The Spark Group Limited being our headline sponsors, Umbro being our kits and apparel sponsor, Ilang and Ukozi being our official media partners, and many other partners as well that support us, especially when it comes to the AmaZulu Community Trust. We also have a very good relationship and partnership with the eThekwini municipality, more specifically Durban Tourism, and their sponsorship will continue into this coming season. Why I specifically mention all these guys is because it's critical during this time to appreciate their support, because a lot of sponsors have cancelled their contracts with their properties quite simply because of the strain that the COVID-19 pandemic brought to a lot of companies. But we are happy to say that we will be continuing, and they will be continuing to support us. With that being said, once more, I'd like to congratulate Mr. Ayanda Dlamini, who came to us many years ago as a football player. He's done a phenomenal job with our MDC team that finished fourth in the league, which unfortunately wasn't finished, and now takes over the reign of one of the hottest seats in South African sport, and that is the head coach of AmaZulu Football Club. We've got a very unique club in that a lot of our key positions are filled by people that don't have any gray hair as yet, very young. And but you know, it's in this that we believe that a person, if you good enough, you're old enough. And Mr. Dlamini is proven. He didn't have to talk about it, and he's got our full support as a club. And hopefully the supporters and the public out there will really support him. So thank you very much for being here with us today. And over to you, Mr. Mkati.